You may have noticed that I've not said West Coast yet, so yes, indeed, I have put West Coast above Essendon. West Coast Eagles in 15.
Okay, so this one's bad. This one's bad. They finished last with just one win the entire season. St Kilda. Having said that, something I'll just have to say, I got the bottom four. Wrong order, but I got the bottom four. All you had to do was move West Coast to the bottom, and it would have been exactly correct. That's all I had to do. Just move West Coast to the bottom. It would have been the exact order of the bottom four. I just overestimated West Coast because I thought they might get a few extra wins this season. Clearly, I was wrong. They regressed. They didn't progress. Yeah, that's all four on my part. I'm still happy about getting the bottom four. I'm still happy about that. But the West Coast Eagles prediction is really bad. I hold my hands up. I can't defend that. It's really bad. But still, the other three in the top four, one position off. If I just didn't overestimate the Eagles, I could have got a perfect bottom four. That's very annoying. Because I've never got two correct positions in a... I never got more than two correct positions in a season, I believe. I believe I've got two a couple times. I never got more than two. The fact I could have got four in the first four teams if I just had less faith in West Coast, that's a bit of a... I want to slap myself just for that.
So the reason I put them above Essendon, and a little bit higher in the ladder, not that much higher, but a little bit higher, still in the bottom four, is because I saw them last season at home especially. And I saw them get some good wins, some good impressive wins. And some of them might have been like bad performances from the opposition.
They did have some good wins last season. That part is true. They just went backwards again.
But generally speaking, they were good at home. And I can see them being good at home again, even against like very good sides. I just feel like they can make the Optus Stadium, like they can make that a big factor for themselves. And I can really see them getting more wins there. I can really see that. I don't know about their away form. I don't know if that's going to be great in 2025. But a couple wins here and there on the road can't help either. I say on the road, more like because we use on the road in England because you take a coach for like 4 hours to get to the other side of England. You got to fly to like Sydney from Perth. So it's a bit different. But so it's not really on the road, is it? But you get the point. I'm sure they can get a couple wins on their travels, but at home at Optus, I got a good feeling that they'll get a decent amount of wins. Hopefully not against Hawthorn, but are we even playing them away? I haven't even checked. But I've not even done a video checking the fixture list. I've gone through it, just not a video on it. I need to recheck that again. But regardless,
You should do a video checking West Coast Eagles form. Stupid idiots.
They'll get a reasonable amount of wins at home. I still haven't put them higher up than 15th. I probably should have. I probably should have risked it.
What did I say for another minute? I had another minute of this.
15th is where I'm putting them. So there you go. In 14th place,
Oh.
Melbourne.
Oh, okay. I just didn't see the line. Sorry, my bad. Yes! 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 I'm pretty sure I got zero last year. I have got a correct position. Yes! Let's go! Because I know I got some wrong above. I know I got Hawthorn wrong. I definitely didn't put Adelaide first. So, this is huge. I got a position right. Yes! 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 Ah, that's beautiful. The Gold Coast game has not happened yet against Essendon as well, so I've got to bear that in mind, to be fair. But Essendon can't move because their percentage is not good enough to overtake Melbourne. Yeah, but Gold Coast can move, but that's not a factor yet.
I could have put West Coast above them as well. Maybe I should have.
Why have I got to ruin my one exact correct position? And I got to ruin it with that.
Tried a bit of cojones and done that, but nah, I'm gonna stick with it.
No cojones. No cojones.
Change my prediction
Hey, look,
mid.
there's James.
Yeah. Okay. Melbourne in 14th. They've been regressing since their Premiership win. Premiership win to 2 straight successes in a row, to whatever happened last year. I just can't see them going forward this year. I think they'll go backwards again. I think they'll get...
To be fair, they went backwards. Then they went forwards a bit, but because they went backwards so far at the start of the season, they could only go forward. They still went backwards overall, but technically they went forward during the season, because they were awful the first few rounds.
Even worse. I think there'll be light at the end of the tunnel. not to like speak like it's a prophecy, but I think they'll be back to being a top team again. Just this year, they're going to keep going backwards. And they're going to keep going backwards until it gets better. When it gets better, I don't know. But I just can't see Melbourne being anywhere near the 8. So, yeah. Having said that, the way I've spoken about them, I should have put them below West Coast. But it's fine. I shall...
Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Stop it.
stick with this prediction. I would not have any credibility if I just changed it now. But I'm kind of...
I talked a lot about 13th place.
kind of thinking to myself, maybe I should have put West Coast above Melbourne, based on my reasoning for both teams. Sydney are the team I got in 13th. Sydney Swans. Yes, I know. They...
10th. To be fair, even though they were 10th, they were nowhere near the 8th. So, depending on what I say here, it could still be a good prediction.
They've now switched their coach. Things have changed there. But it's too early to say whether that will actually help them. I think they'll be rebuilding this season. And they'll be putting their confidence back up from the grand final last year. They definitely need to freshen up.
Cheers. This one closed.
They definitely need to freshen up. And I think they'll be rebuilding this season.
Why am I am mocking myself. That's what it's come to now. That's what this channel has come to. I've been doing this since 2016, and I found myself mocking myself on my own reaction. And what's happening?
And I don't think
there's still a few drops left.
Near the 8 this season. I don't think they even compete. Obviously, after the 2022 grand final, I even said, like, even though teams like the Crows and the Giants, they completely like fell off after their grand final defeats, after they got beaten in the grand final or smashed, they still went downhill, and maybe it was the same for Sydney. But Sydney the following season, obviously, didn't do so well. They still made the 8, but didn't do so well. But even I said after that grand final, like, they're going to recover from this because they have got a much stronger squad. They've got much more youth and experience in that team compared to the Giants and Adelaide sides.
But they had injuries this season. Not to make excuses for them, but the injuries they had did not help. I pressed play. What's going on?
That they'll be all right. That they'll come back. They made a comeback in 2024. So I was kind of right that Sydney would not drop.
My camera goes 30 minutes at a time. So I had to... I looked at the camera and thought, oh, 29:58. Whoops. Here goes the video.
What like the other two did. Or the other teams that...
What'd I say?
I was kind of right. That Sydney would not drop off like the other two did. Or the other teams that, you know...
Yeah, they did not drop off in 2023. But obviously after losing 2 in 3 years, that can be even worse.
Lost the grand final and then couldn't quite recover.
Sydney, I mean, they dropped off, but they still made the 8. That's what I'm trying to say.
Did recover. It took them 2 years, but they did. Then they got smashed again. And when it happened, when you work so hard to get back to that grand final, just to get battered again, that will destroy you even more mentally. Like, that's gonna hurt you. Obviously, different coach. Things could change. But that doesn't mean they'll have a smashing season this year. I think they can be back. I've said this about like 4 teams now. But I genuinely think they can also make a comeback eventually as well. But this year, it's going to be even worse than 2023. They won't even be near.
It was. It was. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say near the 8. They finished in the top 8 in 2023. I'm taking it's a W.
The 8. And I think they'll just...
Yeah, nowhere near the 8. And they weren't. I know they're 10th, but they had no chance of making the 8, so...
be doing whatever.
I feel vindicated.
They are on the table and just rebuilding their confidence, trying to get some wins here and there, and I think they'll get some wins here and there.
They did.
Especially the SCG. Maybe
They
some
did.
big wins as well, a couple
They did.
decent wins as well, I think
They
they'll
did.
get. But overall, I don't expect a big season from the Sydney Swans. And
They
we shall
didn't.
see how they are and where they are in the following seasons after 2025. But for now, 13th. And I'm thinking to myself right now, ooh, maybe I could have also put the Eagles above them, but that would have...
Oh, no. No. Are we sure this isn't the draft? Are we? This isn't the draft. This isn't the draft. I don't think. Surely I'm not going to say anything more stupid than what I've said about West Coast. Surely not. It can't get worse than this one. I've made worse predictions before.
Been too much. Just a little bit too much. Above Melbourne, maybe.
Anything above 18th was too much, mate.
Above Melbourne, maybe. The way I'm talking about West Coast, it makes it look like they're going to do really well. And I still put them bottom 4. But I feel like I've judged them a bit harshly based on what I think they'll do.
No, not harsh enough, actually.
Or it might be just right, just like the Essendon prediction. In 12th place, St Kilda.
Yes! Sorry, there's a street across from me, so it's like there's people's homes over there. It's 3 in the morning. It's 3:17 a.m. No one's watching anyway. But I just sometimes wonder if someone's watching me when I'm recording videos. Need to get blinds installed. I got 2 positions. That's equaled my record, I believe. So I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. I don't think I'm getting 3. I don't think so. I think I might have put the Blues in the 8. I hope I'm wrong. I put Gold Coast in 8, which could still happen. We'll wait and see.
I think there'll be parts of the season where they look like they can be a serious contender, because they did that last season. The end of last season looked very good. Regular season, of course, and the previous season, 2023, they had a great start to the season. That's the thing. They can't show that elite level for an entire season. They need to do that. I just don't have enough trust in them to do that.
They are the only team to lose to West Coast this season, so if that doesn't tell you about them, I don't know what does.
So I think similar to the last 2 seasons, they will have some good patches, have some really good games, they'll have at least one period where they have like a really good run of form and a nice streak of wins. But there will be a large part of the season where they don't do so well, and that will ultimately cost them any position in the 8th. So yeah, I've got them 13th. So no, I got them 12th actually. Sorry, I got them 12th. Also missing out on the 8th, I've got Port Adelaide. I think Port Adelaide will regress from last year.
In 11th, they did regress, but they finished 13th, so that is incorrect. So yeah, now I can't get Carlton right, can't get Sydney right. Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't see any progress from them, and I think it will be another disappointing season for them. It's quite clear something over there needs to change, and I just...
and Ken Hinckley is leaving, so something is changing.
I can't see anything positive from them in terms of ladder prediction. I almost said prediction twice. In terms of ladder position, I don't expect anything great from them this season. And considering where they want to be and who they're supposed to be, anywhere outside the 8, by their fan standard and their standards, is pretty disappointing, and I don't expect them to be in the 8th. Still got them 11th though, which is actually pretty high considering how I've spoken about them just now. In 10th place, the Western Bulldogs. Dogs, I think, are a team that can be in the 8th. I think they're capable of it. Obviously, they made it last year. I think they can do it again. But I have them missing out. I think it'd be very close between 10th place and 6th place. I honestly, I think it'd be...
So this will be wrong regardless, because Western Bulldogs only finished 9th at worst, which I think is where they will finish. But 10th for them is not a bad prediction. It's not exact, but it's decent, I feel. In my opinion, it's a decent prediction. I feel like I predicted them in the right area. If they make the 8, then I'm wrong, but I'm confident they'll drop out.
Very close between those positions. I'm looking forward to this season. I think it could be quite exciting. The Dogs could make it, but I've got them to just miss out. They play some good football, and I think that will continue this season. But I've got them outside the 8 because I've taken a risk. There is a team that I'm always harsh on that I haven't mentioned yet, and some of you probably know who I'm talking about, and you're probably thinking,
if they beat Essendon, I was right. I'm talking about Gold Coast, by the way.
The next one is 9th. He better say that team next, or something's wrong. Someone's hacked Davidoff. This is a clone. In 9th place, I have got Adelaide.
Okay. Comment down below. What's a worse prediction? Adelaide 9th, or suggesting that West Coast could be above Melbourne and Essendon? That wasn't my prediction, of course, but okay. So say my suggestion that I should have put West Coast above Melbourne, or Adelaide 9th. What was the worst thing I said? Because my head is still spinning from the West Coast thing, to be honest.
Crows. So the team I'm talking about has not been mentioned yet. Just so you know, there is a team that I never say anything good about, and they're in the 8. In 9th place, the Adelaide Crows. I think last season, obviously they weren't good enough. The season before, they made the finals, so they had expectations in 2024. They did not live up to it, but they were quite unlucky with injuries and other things, other factors. I think this season they'll be stronger and more prepared compared to last season, and I predict that they could do really well. I have still got them just missing out, but I expect them to have a pretty strong season and to compete for the 8 and to maybe even make it. But I have got them just missing out, and it literally could be about percentage at this point, because literally one position away from actually making it. So that's where I predicted them. In 8th place is the team I've been talking about, a team that I'm always harsh on.
If they win by a low margin, that's where they'll finish. So obviously that game will happen when you see this video, so we can either celebrate or not down below. But if the Suns finish 8th, then I got 3 correct positions, which is incredible. Obviously this has been recorded before that game against Essendon, but hopefully that's the case.
A team that I never predicted to do well in any capacity. You see, guys, risks are there to be taken, which is why I should have put West Coast higher up. Risks are there.
Stop mentioning West Coast, I swear down. It's ruined the entire video. It's ruined the entire video. I can't be arsed, I'm gonna cry. It's honestly the worst thing I've said. It hurts my head. It hurts my head.
There to be taken.
I'm talking about 8th place, I'm talking about West Coast. And it's just like, for flip's sake.
I did not take enough of a risk with West Coast, but I can take a risk with another coast. A very golden coast. Gold Coast! I have put Gold Coast in the 8s. I can't believe myself. I always underestimate them. I always say they're going to do bad. Even, I think last year I picked them to have their worst season ever, which they didn't. Okay, so my reasoning for Gold Coast is actually in some way similar to West Coast. So West Coast had a lot of like home games.
How am I still talking about West Coast? How am I still talking about West Coast? on the plus side, this will be easy to edit. Normally I cut things out of my reaction. I might just put the whole thing in uncut. I'll split it into parts because it'll be a long video, but oh my days. This whole video is just me being an idiot about West Coast.
That were impressive, right? Guess what I'm gonna say? I looked at some of Gold Coast's wins last year, and I thought to myself, that's actually pretty impressive. That's actually really impressive. They weren't good away. That was the issue of them. They just weren't good away. At home, they were pretty damn formidable.
They were much better away this season, but at home they weren't as good. So it kind of balanced out. But they should still make the 8 as long as they beat Essendon.
And I thought to myself,
first time ever.
From this.
It's history,
and they got
guys.
A coach who knows what he's doing. I mean, you can ask Richmond fans if he knows what he's doing.
Their coach knows what he's
doing. I predict that with that leadership and with the squad they got and with the confidence based off last season, I think it's possible for them to push on, actually have good form home and away, and make the 8s. I've only got them just making the 8s, but I thought to myself, this is a year to be optimistic, and it's good to be optimistic. It's good for my mental health as well because I support Arsenal, so and I need to do exciting things like this, like predict Gold Coast making the 8s. I thought, you know what? Let's take this risk. Let's do it. Let's go. I am predicting the Gold Coast Suns to be in the finals. Gold Coast Suns to play the finals for the first time ever. And then finally, every team in the league has played at least one finals game, which is pretty mad to think about. Gold Coast haven't made it up.
Until the Tasmania Devils arrive.
Through all these years. But I think they're well equipped to actually do it. So I'm going to put not my money, but I'm going to put my video where my mouth is. That makes 0 sense. I'm going to put confidence in my prediction and predict Gold Coast to do well. And that's going to be hard because
all they've got to do is beat an awful Essendon. That's all they got to do, and my prediction is good.
I don't even like Gold Coast. I don't even really like Gold Coast. By the way, but my eyes look darker. My eyes are already dark. They look darker with this hat on. I love this hat. I used to wear this all the time. But my lighting's high up and it like shines down on top of me. So it just creates like a shade, like I'm in a shadow. And it's just like, it makes me look worse. See, now you got the scruff. The scruff is back again. Having faith in Gold Coast is quite phenomenal. For me, it's quite unpredictable. It's quite unusual for me. But for the first time ever, I'm going to have faith that Gold Coast will have a great season. We'll see if that backfires on me or not.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time where